Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I hope everything's okay in your life. In this video, I will show some combos for Drakania Awakening, starting from simple to more complex ones. The focus will mostly be on combos in this video. In the coming weeks, I will add a detailed Drakania Awakening guide video to the channel. If you are watching this video much later, probably I have already uploaded a detailed guide. To find these videos, you're currently weaving a playlist on the channel containing all videos related to Drakania. You can access this playlist in the pinned comment section. Drakania Awakening is most complex and profound class in the game by her nature. She has over 80 flows and skill cancel possibilities. If you really want to play Drakania, you must learn them. To learn them properly, you must watch the flow and cancel guide located at top right corner. I have included all cancels and flows I could find for Drakania in the video. The combo you perform may vary depending on your opponents. Additionally, there will always be alternatives you can use if a skill is on cooldown. Therefore, mastering the entire class is crucial. If you become proficient with Drakania, your opponent will be helpless in PvP. I don't want to prolong this any further. First, you will watch some tips and tricks, and then you can see the combos. You can find similar video contents on my channel. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and share this video on your Discords. I hope you guys like my contents. Do not forget, BDO is just a game. Have a nice game. Okay, before start the combos, I want to give some tips and tricks to you. To understand how your heal passive is working, which is Makrahanan's heart, please read the entire skill. I will explain this in my detailed video, but for now, if you want, you can read it for yourself. For Rabams, I generally use Makrahanan's Fang. This skill. As a second Rabam, we must use this for movement. It's a super armor frontal movement skill, Dragon's Assault. It has nice, almost linger super armor. As third Rabam for our level 58, I prefer Abyssal Advance. This is your self and ally buff skill, which has 25-second cooldown and it has 15-second buffs. It gives you 15% movement speed and also 24% critical rate, which is lethal important for you. Most of the time, people generally asking me which skill you're using or which combination you're using from Awakening to Pre-Awaken or Pre-Awaken to the Awaken. From Awakening to Pre-Awaken, you have many options, but from Pre-Awakening to Awakening, you have only few options. From Awakening into Pre-Awakening, you can use your Rabam skills. Generally, when you fight against someone, we almost always want to keep our Rabam buff up, like this. You can also use your F skill in Pre-Awakening to get extra 10 AP buff. This is pretty important. This 10 AP buff can stack with your Z buff, but it does not stack with your E buff. Here is your F skill. Whenever you feel free, you can get that AP buff and also independent critical buff that you can get from not Rabam from your Pre-Awakening skills. Here is a skill, Absolute Soaring Assault. Normally during refraction, which is AD RMB, your side iframe dash, you have to click LMB. But it has pretty clunky animation. You know what we're gonna do? It's so simple. With the refraction, LMBF. Now you got your AP buff and also crit buff. So what are the other options that I can change my weapon stance into Awakening to Pre-Awakening? You can use like this Shift Q skill, your PA skill by the way. So from hotbar, you can use your PA skill. And also, if you want to go in Pre-Awakening in Protected and also a little bit frontal movement with a super armor, you can use Absolute Azure Onslaught. Here is your skill. WE is normal shortkey, but in Awaken form, WE is commanding another skill. You can use your skill bar. Here is the example. This is the distance. And also super armor. On the other hand, you can use your Shift F skill after any Pre-Awakening skill, instant frontal dash. For example, you can use your normal dash, you can use your refraction as a movement skill, you can use your Makrahanan wings. After any type of movement skill, you can use your Makrahanan wings skill, for example. In every 8 seconds, this is your super armor movement skill. It also leads to your Awakening fly skill. Also you have WF skill. This is also super armor and 4-second cooldown. And it also gives you 10% movement speed for 5 seconds. We learned many different skills like this. For example, side dash, and this one, or we learned reflection, or we learned shift F. Many other skills you can move protected in your pre-awakening mode. So how you can, so let's say that you do not have an awakening form, you do not have dash or side dash. So it is so simple that to move in protected, start with Azure Onslaught, lead with shift F, then WF, then reflection, then Macrohanan's Wing, then Dragon Assault, then again WF, then again Azure Onslaught, or every skill that you have without a cooldown. For example, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, even if you just stay in a pre-awakening, you can move protected easily. But as I said in the beginning of the video, you have to master this class to understand how she is working properly. From pre-awakening into awakening, you have two ways. One is C swap. You can just click C and awaken weapon can change. And the other one, from skill bar, Doombringer. Now you're in Dragon Blood form. In Awakening pod, you have WF skill in this part too, 5-second cooldown, there is no protection on it. You can use this skill when you feel free. And we have Flow Dragonflight skill. We generally do not want to use Dragonflight skill in small scale PvP, mostly we want to locate. Whenever you use your Dragonflight skill, you may die because of the longer animation than expected. For example, after using Dragonflight, Tectonic Slam, Storm Owl, Tip of Scale, another Tip of Scale, and some other skills, their animations are longer than normal. They got nerfed. You cannot land properly. That's why we generally prefer to locate and then we just jump and instantly go down. Or like this. But if you fly, here is a difference. But if you fly low, there will be some clunky animation. As you can see, first your characters landed, then jump. So you lose your super armor protection and there's a huge gap. So we do not want to get caught, isn't it? In Awakening form, we mostly use, as I said, WF as a movement, Dragonflight as a movement, and we are also using Pre-Awakening, and you can also use Storm Owl and Tectonic Slam. If you're fighting against an evasion target, I do not prefer to use Tectonic Slam because this is your minus evasion skill, and I will also use that all accuracy and all evasion debuff on this skill. If you fight against an evasion, please do not try to use this skill because you will need it to kill your evasion opponent. We are mostly using Storm Owl. It has 7 seconds, it's iframe, but the duration is pretty low, so do not trust the iframe. First Storm Owl, then Tectonic Slam cancel each other, and you can move smooth. For example, WRMB WE. It's pretty insane burst mobility. If you use Storm Owl by itself, it has a clunky animation, and it may lead you to die. Here is the animation. As you can see, it may take time to just get rid of from that animation, but I have a tip for you. Even if you catch someone with Storm Owl, because it has a full CC, or if you want to get rid of the animation, you can instantly click your space skill, for example. As you can see, you just get rid of the animation. If you want to move, you can move. For example, it's quick, isn't it? If you want to catch someone with a WRMB, let's say that you catch someone, to cancel that WRMB animation, you will need again to use your space skill, then to burst damage you can use your Shifty for example, then it can lead another combo that you will watch in future. For example, and second KD, for example. Most of the time in PvP, we prefer to not use Crackling Flame because we generally use Sundering Roar as a core because it has nice linear damage and also knockdown and also damage and also AoE. You have many good things in this skill. This is the main reason we generally do not want to use F skill in PvP. When you use your SF, the last hit was not the skill, it was from the F skill, from the Crackling Flame. So we do not want that unprotected thing, because when you started to use Crackling Flame, you cannot cancel it and you may get caught. You may want to do that to stay almost protected and always. In Awakening form, after any skill, you can use your space to change your weapon form. The skill is Legacy. It has 4-second cooldown. You can use it anytime, but the specific buffs in it, it only works in not on cooldown. And also, according to your weapon stance, you can see the buffs that you can gain. For example, for Hexablood, all AP 20, all attack speed 15%. For your Dragon Blood, which we mostly prefer to stay in Dragon Blood until we catch our opponents, 25 AP and 20 DP. The reason why I prefer Dragon Blood, it's because our super armor rotation mostly is in Dragon Blood form, and also they do not have down attack modifiers. Most of time, even if they just in a cooldown, if we catch our opponents, we can use our Hexablood skills to kill our opponents or many other opponents. With damage trade with a Dragon Blood form is giving you extra 20 DP. If you use your Q block, it's also giving you 20 DP. And if you get from your add-ons and from other things, you can stack pretty good DP, which means DR. We generally use Dragon Blood skills for super armor trade. When we want to deal a proper damage, burst damage, high instant damage, we are using Hexablood skills. I think that should be enough. I don't want to give any more details about the class because there are lots of details and there are lots of things that we can talk about it. After this point, you will watch the combos. Enjoy watching.